Hello everyone, I'm Brian Croy Dragon and welcome back to Vox Adventures. Let's see what today has in store. 3 hours till boss. Let's see if there's a dungeon going on. Yes, there is. Crypt is in process. What the hell? There we go. Well, I come in and we've already got monsters at the stairway. Yeah, how much do you want to guess it's still gonna be here once this dungeon has been finished? And of course, they just go on ignoring the skeletons here. Well, when they die and they spawn back to a bunch of skeletons, they'll know what needs to be done. Just walks past this one like it never even existed. On, get him, Rotan! Actually, deal with that skeleton first, then we'll get Jack of Bones. I've got plenty of gold, so what's wrong if I put some of it in disposal? Hello, Alex. What? Hello. Hi. Who is this zombie king he always talks about? Is it Zombie Mold? You're fine. And my helmet is down here. Come, Rotan. Hi. Out of the way, let me through. Come on. Come on, come on. We got this, Rotan. It's common as rocks, Jonas orbs. And your wallet. Rucksack. And now to see what we got here. Excellent. Well, there's a dungeon done. Let's see if there's any more Lapet. Excellent. I'm getting a chance to break out this new axe. Look, this isn't wilderness. Odin! Wotan! Don't use bows, so that's pretty much useless. I just had to check. Okay, then. Kiss my axe! For a minute I read that as a glowing Undertale. Actually, that would make for a good aesthetic change. Everything being glowing, everything glowing, like everyone's phosphorus. No, not anyone. Obviously, Frisk glowing wouldn't be happening, but let's see here. Let's get these spares put in. see here, any more dungeons? Not dunjos. Dungeons. Obviously, not gonna get much this time of day, so guess it's to the wilderness. We'll check in again in 12 minutes or so. To see if there's any dungeons being done. Just my luck. Just out of curiosity, might as well pull up the map to see just where exactly I am. Okay, let's see here. Where am I? What is that? Okay, so that's where I am. Exactly. That's, well, that certainly wasn't a long wait. But at least I get to know where exactly I am. Let's see here, up the mountain we go. See carpet. Why go around when you can go over? What is that down there? Looks like someone's put a fence in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, of course. Corporate again, it seems. Certainly getting a lot of mountains recently. Oh wait, what's that? Looks like a towny build. Yes sir, that is definitely a towny build of some kind. That looks like a lapis quarry. Okay, apparently we've hit Hogsmeade. Yeah, not gonna be... Actually, hold on, I believe I have some rewards to... Huh. Guess I'm a bit early. Well then, I'm not gonna attack any animals here, that would be poaching, and besides, I don't think you can. Yeah, avoid falling into the chasm layer. Into the abyss. And more mountain. Jeez, it seems like I've been put in a region that's nothing but mountains. Yeah, not really, but it might as well be. I've ended up going over 3 now. Better be careful, there's no chasm. And it looks like I nearly... If Corporate had gone off a few Moments later, I could have ended up down there. Oh, the beach. The beachy beach. The beachy beach of beachiness. Perfect place for some game. That was lava, I heard. And let's see here, is there a way across? That looks like a way across. Across, across, the cross. And here comes the sun. And from what I see of the map, it definitely looks like I'm heading east. Almost forgot, let's check to see if there's any dungeons going on, and yes, there is. Toxic rainbow? Oh, of course. It's a bow. Up we go. What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Never mind the ones at the bottom, just think about the ones at the top. How much do you want to guess I'm gonna have this axe run out? I'll have used up this axe not long after getting it. The hell? This is odd. This is very, very odd. Excuse me for just 1 second. What the hell, am I the only one still in this dungeon? Apparently. Get him! Okay, come on. Let's check out the loot. Whoops, forgot about that one. Let's take a look here. Incredible, my helmet is still here. What was I doing? I should have just done that. Well, at least there's no one here to... No, get it. Let's see, are any more dungeons being done that I can help out with? Nope. And I guess it's back to a walk in nature. A nature walk. Hello. Thank heavens for vines. Not Lord's... Yeah, and this is gonna... I have no idea where I am, and maybe that's best. Keep it a bit of a surprise for now. When the sun comes up, then I'll see just exactly where I am. see here. Seems like we've entered a forest. Yes, sir, this is definitely a forest. Whoa! Hold on, that was closer. Haven't seen a wild ocelot in a long time. But this is Junglewood, isn't it? Maybe it isn't, I really have no idea. It's just a spider. No need to get worked up. It's not like they attack me. I thought, yeah, I guess just a regular zombie. No need for alarm. No need for alarm at all. Oh, I'll be finished this recording before the restart even happens, so it's not like I gotta worry about finding stuff to do. So you can stay entertained. Huh. Oh! Let's just get up there. Up there we go. Bomb, bomb, nee, bomb, bomb. I mean, there's no reason to descend unless, and there we go. Wait, this isn't good enough. There's gotta be something better. And, yeah, that's better. Now, Let's take a look at that map. And we'll get some idea of just where we are. Middle of nowhere right there. Oh, that's Slayer's place. Okay. Dark Realm. That's Fury's Retreat. Tranquility. Right. The hell is that? Oh God, does that ever look phallic? There, now I can bear it. Let's pull up something to listen to. Continuing with the Ancient Lands guides. Microsoft Ancient Lands.
Hi, I'm Rahotep, the craftsman. Hey, dust off that stone. Have a seat. Yeah, I'm on a break. I got a little leftover dried fish here, if you're interested. Well, like a lot of guys, I do a little of everything, mostly stone cutting. Sure, I'd rather work in wood, but it's hard to come by. And when the pharaoh orders up a monument, well, a guy like me just can't afford to pass up those big jobs. Nah, tools aren't fancy, but they work pretty good. Take a look at my drill. Now that's a clever piece of work, if I say so myself. You want to see more? Click me, and I'll show you around. At home, I use scraps to make little wooden animals for the kids to play with. But I also get a kick out of making these little paddle dolls. No, they're not toys. They're servants for the dead in the afterlife. See, people buy them to leave them in the tombs of their dead relatives. And since the dolls don't have legs, they can't run away, even in the afterlife. Almost everybody's scared of the tombs, except that embalmer's kid, Isis. They think they'll run into snakes or evil mummies. But for me, the real scary part is building them. Way back, a lot of guys died building the pyramids, and accidents still happen. 2 of my uncles squashed flat as a sheet of papyrus when a stone block fell on them. You don't believe me? I'll show you. Check out Ramses' temple at Abu Simbel. My uncles are the icing between blocks 324 and 325. The guy spent 2 decades hauling stone to build that thing. Talk about your hernias. Me? Yeah, I've been assigned to some pretty nasty projects myself. Ramses put me on this big addition at Karnak. Building that forest of columns in the main hall was a killer. Each of those babies is a lot bigger than those cedars that they bring back from Lebanon, and they're 5 stories tall. I think they could have gotten by with a lot less of them. What do you think? But then who am I to argue? Beats not working. Of course, working with these scribes isn't like spending a lazy afternoon on the Nile. They're always showing off how smart they are. Seems like every couple of days we have to stop and wait for the scribes to inspect all the little hieroglyphs. Those guys are so picky. I mean, what's the difference if the bird's facing left or right? A bird's a bird, am I right? But you know who really gives me the creeps? Those embalmers. They wear jackal masks while they work. Well, to make them look like Anubis, their special god. Now me, I'm partial to Khepri, the sun god. The beetle's his sign. Just like I push these big stones around, a giant beetle keeps the sun moving all day. All right, don't believe me. Anyway, that's why I wear a beetle charm around my neck. Oh, yeah? Well, if you had to work out here in the sun all day, you might try a little of this eye makeup, too. Touch the glare. Nah, most of us don't wear much in the way of clothes on the job. Too hot out here. All these fancy clothes you've seen on the monuments, they're for special occasions and the afterlife. In my spare time, I make a lot of fancy furniture that people stick into the tombs for the dead to enjoy in the next world. Some of my best work never sees the light of day. And mummy cases. Now those can be really something if you can find the right wood. Now building fancy funeral barges is good work too if you can get it. Oh, speaking of work, here comes the foreman. You better click me again and take another tour, or he'll put you on a crew. See ya.
Okay, so Hotep is the uncle of Ahmose, a previous god we listened to, and he mentions Isis, and he's pretty much the only ones I think that are aware or mentioned in the. Okay, that's how I got my point across. They're the only ones that make any mention of each other.
Hut. That's all I hear all day, unless our centurion starts barking orders for another stupid drill, as if we haven't been through all this 1,000 times. I'm Rufus, one of Caesar's legionnaires, heading for battle. But today I feel more like a mule, climbing hill after hill in Gaul. My sandals are almost worn out. Plus, look at all the stuff I have to carry. Woolen cloak, shield, armor, sword, dagger, spade, stakes, mess kit, and rations for 2 weeks. Look, we're not supposed to talk to civilians while we're on patrol, but click me and I'll tell you a thing or two about life in the Roman army. To begin with, I'd much rather be home on my family's farm. I thought all those chores were hard until I reported for duty with my legion. I'll have to serve for at least 20 years before I get my own piece of land, assuming I live long enough to enjoy it. The Army's changed a lot since the early days. Used to be, for weapons, we regular guys just picked up whatever we could find. Now we're paid a salary, we get standard gear and training. Of course, you don't want to screw up. The Centurions have been known to execute every 10th man if anyone tries to desert. But I guess the systems work pretty well. We destroy almost every enemy we meet, and Rome rules practically the entire world. As far as I can tell anyway. And we don't just fight. We've built a lot of stuff you probably heard about. Roads, bridges, aqueducts. I think we spend a lot more time on construction projects than we do fighting. You know, after building so many forts, if I ever get my own farm, I'll know how to fix it up really good. Hey, just between you and me. Some of our generals are just politicians who don't seem to know how to fight. But Julius Caesar, he's the bravest guy I've ever seen. He leads us into battle himself, no matter how outnumbered we are. He never seems to get tired. His red cloak is always out ahead of us, crossing streams, climbing hills. He sends messengers ahead to announce our coming. Then he gets where we're going before the messengers. Caesar's led us all over this miserable, cold country we call Gaul. We're supposed to conquer the whole territory. I say leave it to the barbarians. But I guess Caesar wants to head home in triumph. I just hope next time he decides to conquer someplace warm and dry. Now we're closing in on Vercingetorix, the Gallic prince. His troops are high on the hill of Alesia, inside a fort they built. Now, a lot of the guys think the barbarians are just animals, but I don't know. Some of them seem pretty clever to me, and they fight like maniacs. Once they came running out of the woods. Their hair was all white like snow, and they'd painted their bodies blue. Scared the daylights out of half my legion. It was all the Centurion could do to make us hold our lines. We had a lot of wounded that day, let me tell you. I even got a couple of scars myself, but I didn't go anywhere near the doctors. From what I've seen, your chances are better on the battlefield than in those operating rooms. Besides, I know a few things about herbs and medicines. We used to grow a lot of that stuff back on the farm. Anyway, Caesar has prepared us for this battle like nothing I've ever seen. The guys say barbarian reinforcements are on the way, so we built 2 walls with spikes and moats. One's supposed to stop the barbarians from the fort if they charge down the hill. The one my unit worked on, it'll block the reinforcements if they attack us from behind. Now, some of the guys think we're in a trap, caught on low ground between two armies, but knowing Caesar, I figure we're setting a trap for the barbarians. Well, it looks like we're about to move out. You'd better get moving yourself or you'll be a new recruit in the Roman army. Click me again to have someone else show you around. Wale?
Right, let's turn the sound back on. Now, from what I've seen, Microsoft Dangerous Creatures was the odd one. Because, instead of a bunch of different guards, there was only 3, and they, each had 4 tours to take you on. One actually was a tour guide, one was a wildlife photographer, and one was a storyteller. I should add those guards to iTunes sometime. Well, I'm probably doing that today. I need blood. Okay. A good vampire only does this for blood. Now, bring me that horizon. Where the hell am I even going? Am I going north? I don't know. I'm gonna check the map now. Whoa. I would say I'm getting close to the edge of the world. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure where we'll end up being. In all likeliness, we'll end up being at the edge of the world at the end of this recording. That sounds about right. Granted, there's a good chance I might end up falling down and end up in that cave right there. Or maybe I won't. I wonder why Yetis have never been added to Minecraft. Oh, gee. How high does this place go? Yeah, that's a zombie. Regular zombie, thankfully. That is... The hell is that? Skeleton Bandit. Let's, give them a wide berth. And of course, what wider berth could there be but being up in the sky? I mean, riches, they don't care about the truce. Whoops. I'm okay. But on the other hand, the sun's coming up, so better get out of here. Find a good place to take shelter. Have I been here before? Hold that thought. Is it possible that I've... No, it can't be. I couldn't have been here before. Could I? It seems possible. That does look like a place I might have ended up in a place where I... Is this an old shelter of mine? For my expedition to the world's edge? I don't see any reason for why it can't be. But I also don't see any reason for why it can be. Surely someone probably would have ransacked that shelter by now. Or maybe they would have just kept going. I don't know. This could just be someone else's shelter. I don't know. This could be an old shelter of mine, or it could be someone else's. Either way, shelter is shelter. I'm just curious. What, nothing to check what the schedule is for the weather on Diamond? Actually, it is completely random, so it's not like, you can really figure out what's gonna happen. Granted, snow would be nice, but I don't see any chance of getting any snow. Well, there's one more guide from Ancient Lands. Thespis.
I bid you welcome. I am Thespis, the actor. I do tragedy, comedy, history, heroes, gods, and villains. I play them all. Theatre is more than entertainment to us Greeks. It's a religious experience. We more or less invented the art, I'm proud to say. Of course, it wasn't always great drama. We started out just singing songs in praise of Dionysus, but our theatre has become much more. Click me, and I'll show you around as I prepare for my performance. I'm playing 3 parts tonight: a wife, a general, and a king. Yes, that's right, I said wife. I'll explain that later. Let's see. Are my costumes ready? Yes, I've got my masks. Pity no one gets to see my handsome face on stage, don't you think? But with so many roles to play, the masks help the audience keep all the characters straight. Here's my sword and wig. You see, women aren't allowed on the stage. We men have to play all their parts. Not that there aren't some awfully good roles. Medea, Antigone, Clytemnestra is a bit of a challenge, if I say so myself. You'll find women in the audience, though. It's one of the few places they're allowed. Today we present dramas by Sophocles, our greatest playwright. We'll do 3 today and finish with a comedy by Aristophanes, so everyone leaves happy. Except me. I will be exhausted. Luckily, we only do 1 of these festival days a month. But we could perform Sophocles all summer and never run short. The man wrote more than 100 plays. All of today's plays are about the Trojan War. There are battles and murders, but you know, the audience sees none of it. All that grim business goes on off stage. We actors make the action come alive when we tell about it. You should be there when my voice chokes as I mourn Achilles. Oh, here, listen to this. Achilles, swift of foot, runs no more, brought down by Paris, Helen's paramour. An arrow pierced his weakest part, shot through the ankle.
Not this hero's heart.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're too kind. As I was saying, since the shows go on all day, the crowd brings plenty of food, and if they don't like our performance, they boo and throw things. Of course, I'd rather get hit with an olive pit than whacked with a rock. It's happened, you know. When that kind of crowd tells you to break a leg, they mean it. In the old days, we even gave performances in the marketplace with wooden bleachers for the audience. A little too much ammunition around there, if you know what I mean. Nowadays, I play only the big theatres carved out of the hillside. Perhaps you caught me at the Acropolis last year. There is nothing like seeing your name chiseled in stone over the entry. Sure, the pay's not bad now that I'm a big star, but you know, when I first started, all we got was a few glasses of wine, a crown made out of leaves, and some leftover roast goats, if the stagehands hadn't eaten the whole thing first. Yes? Oh, coming. It's almost time to go on. Click me to visit with another guide. Adieu.
And that is the Ancient Lands Guides. Let's see here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 18 of them. That's twice as much as World of Flight got. And as I said, Dangerous Creatures got 3, but each of those 3 got 4 tours, so that brings us to 12 subjects. I mean, the guide, Fergus, he... Well, let's see, our first knows the tour in the Amazon, the tour in Australia, the tour through the American wilderness, and then there was the tour in Africa. So yeah, it's not like, it wasn't varied at all. Oh God. I should have taken some, Dristan before doing this. You know, using your imagination is one of the best things about the guides. Usually you just see a page, we'll call it, from one of the many, either a page or sub-page, and that was it, and you let your imagination fill in the rest. Oh, that's a saw. Thought there was a... Yeah, forget about it. Oh, Lord. Let's continue on our way. Excuse me. This is really agitating my throat. Oh, that's right. I see nothing but open space before me. Huh. Well, that was, disappointing. Let's keep, rowing on our way. Where are we going? Wherever the oars take us. And let's see here, we should be, if memory serves, coming across some undersea temples any moment here. Would I be happy once the aquatic update comes? Whoa! Hello, here we are. And here we go. I'll be finishing my recording in about 4 minutes, so it's not like doing a dungeon for this would be good, then you'll only see about 4 minutes of it. Yeah, I'm only going to be happy once the aquatic update comes. Although it might take a while for Diamond around Vox Pop and I as a whole to get it, it will be nice to see something that other than less. Just look at it. What are we seeing here exactly? A lot of sand, a lot of sand. Oh look, more sand. Looks like a kelp forest just floated away completely. It's practically an urchin barren. You know, there's someone else out here, or someone forgot a boat. God, I'm hungry. Hello, what's this? I have no idea what this is. Wait a minute, where's my boat? Jeez. My boat's invisible. Terrific. That is all for today, everyone. I am Brian Croy Dragon, signing out. Tomorrow starts the Canada Day long weekend, so I won't be back till Tuesday. Stay Shrey!